Gemini, big welcome to you. This is your tarot reading for the month of October. And I really hope you get something useful from it. You'll see that the picture I'm using is of Wild Cop in Shrewsbury, somewhere I know very well. In fact, the Nag's Head on the left-hand side, you can just about see it. I used to go for a drink in there. The reason I've got that picture, I may be in Shrewsbury in October. Certainly I'm planning before October to be in Shrewsbury for some time. I say planning because I don't know if I'll actually get there, despite wanting to be there because my mother's dying, because the UK passport office won't seem unable to issue me with a passport. Been 4 months already and they've managed to completely prevent all forms of contact with them, and certainly have no intention of contacting me. But I'm not bitter and I'm not going to bring it up again, no. This reading is all about you, and I really hope you enjoy it. Sorry, I ought to add, I did this reading before I left because I probably won't have access to the internet while I'm in Shrewsbury. But as I say, this is all about you, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get something from it, more to the point. I hope you find it useful, I really do. Gemini, this does not look like a great spread of cards. No, it doesn't at all. However, I've been somewhat surprised by what transpires in the other readings, so I need to keep an open mind. You look at that middle card, the Five of Pentacles. It's actually the card of poverty or no friends, and that runs throughout it. So certainly I'd say a lack of money is dominating what's going on here. You look at the recent past, the bottom right, that's the Magician card. It suggests you've been manifesting something. Have you been manifesting money? I wonder, has it gone wrong? Your current energy is the Chariot card, which I see as a good card. You've got a direction, you've got a sense of where you're going, you know where you're going and why. Have you got it wrong? Is that what it's telling us? I don't know. In the future we have the Death card. That's almost certainly a bitter ending, probably sudden. So something very dramatic is changing in the future for you. It might be a good thing. It may be that you do have to start afresh. I don't know. The energy impacting on the outcome is the Six of Cups. That's reminiscing about the past, or certainly something from the past. It could even be a sweetheart from the past coming back. I wonder if that's important. It could be, And what would change the outcome is the moon, and the moon is about your fear of the unknown. So I can see how fear of the unknown would certainly change outcomes, but I'm not too certain whether we should see this outcome as a good or a bad outcome. Because it's the Two of Wands, and it's about you having a decision to make, and you somewhat finding it a difficult decision, considering your options. And given that previously we've had the Chariot card, it feels like you're going backwards. Yeah, you're going to be knocked around, aren't you? You're certainly going to take some knocks during the month of October, I'm sorry to say for you. Now look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpack this much further because I haven't got a great handle on what's going on here. So I hope you'll stick around and listen to my further explanation. I also hope that you will subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, hit the bell so that you get future notifications of when I publish more. Hit the like button for this particular video and pass a comment, because all these things really help me, they really do. And I just need to thank you so much in anticipation of you doing that, Gemini. Thank you so much. You may well be asking, why from Java? What's important about tarot from Java? And the truth is, there is nothing so important about tarot from Java. Simply that here in Java we have many different spirits who will come to help in your tarot reading. It'll probably put a different reflection on things. For example, the spirits here are less likely to be concerned about love and finances, despite people in Java being every bit as interested in these things as the rest of us. But maybe the spirits are trying to tell us something else. Now I'll be using probably 2 decks, but out of 3 decks. So the first deck is Tarot Nusantara, the second deck is the Steampunk deck, and the third deck is the Light Visions Tarot. Tarot Nusantara is actually a new one to me, which I love, whereas the Light Visions I've struggled with as a result of the rendering. Although I think I'll grow into it, I will keep using it and coming back to it. You can see on all of them I'm using quite a lot of salt, and that's to clear the energy and the spirits from them, something that I do fairly regularly with my tarot. And I also, you'll see a number of Jimat there that I use just to bring a good energy to the tarot and to my reading. Perhaps the most important mystical object we use in Java is the kris, the curly knife that you can see that I've placed across both decks. Kris are very important for bringing the spirits to work on any object here in Java. And I call on the spirits of the Shropshire Hills, of Wild Edric and his wife Lady Godia, to assist me in shuffling the cards, in picking the right cards and interpret them for Gemini for August. Now Gemini, this first card is the energy that runs throughout the entire reading, and it's not a good card to have placed here. It's the 5 of Pentacles, which probably means poverty. Could mean no friends, it could mean a loss of money. But either way, I mean, whatever, it's not a great card. What I would say is it's only a minor arcana. It maybe doesn't last. And the other thing, well, you look at the card, is that her grandfather on crutches she's walking with? You know, it looks bleak, but they're walking in front of a chapel. And from that, there is a brilliant, beautiful light coming through the window. So there's always hope. There's always hope. Unlike me getting my passport, for which there's no bloody hope, is there? Now, your current energy is the Magician card. I mean, sometimes I suggest that you're the victim of black magic when I see this, but there's nothing else that makes me feel that way. No, I think it's you manifesting. Now, this is your current energy, so you're currently manifesting. I suspect you're manifesting money, although it's just possible you're manifesting an old love back. That's just possible. I'm not sure. But yeah. Sorry, I say it's your current energy. It's your past energy. Your energy of the past. Is it about money or is it about an old love? I couldn't tell you. You look at it, well, there's no doubt that he's a magician now, is he? Definitely, yeah. So what is your current energy? I see it's a very positive card. It's the Chariot card. It means you've got your ducks in a row, you know where you're going, you're in control, and you're going there quite quickly. But it also suggests a degree of balance in what you're doing. So it does suggest you're doing the right things. You look at the card, it does have that balance. There's a Hindu and a Buddhist temple in the background. There's a white horse, there's a black horse. It does look like he's in control, really in control of them, doesn't it? There's the sun shining in the background as though you're being blessed. So I'd normally say it's a good card. I mean, of course, it's like any strategy. If it's the wrong strategy and you follow it, then it could get you into trouble quicker than not following. If you've done not following a strategy, couldn't it be that? Could be. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure of this at this moment in time. And unfortunately, the future energy is the death card. So that almost certainly is an unpleasant ending. Probably sudden as well. Now, often these endings are things that need to happen. They're often in your best interest. All you can do is start again after an ending. You look at the card, I mean, it looks grim, doesn't it? There is the Angel of Death, or the Grim Reaper, on a horse with a scythe, cutting through the population. But there's that old man standing up to him, and behind his head is a Hindu temple, and behind that is the sun. So there's hope. There is hope. But remember, this is your future energy. So I think things are going to come tumbling down, and we don't really know why yet. We haven't really got to the bottom of that. Now, the energy impacting on the outcome is the Six of Cups. Now, this is a card of reminiscing about the past. It could be about past sweethearts, but it's certainly about the past. And I've got the impression this is really, really important to this reading. There's something about the past that I think is very important. I don't know if it's an old sweetheart or what it is, but you're thinking about the past. Just as I am, I've not seen my mother in 3 years now, and between restrictions over the health and not being able to get my passport, I don't suppose I'll see her before she dies. So, of course I'm also thinking, will I ever see the country of my birth again? Will I ever get the passport? Yeah. But anyway, you're reminiscing along those lines. You're thinking about it. And often, of course, our memories are through rose-coloured glasses. And certainly you're seeing the past, as being a great time, a time of flowers, a time of wearing wonderful clothes, a time of great security. The father guarding the village looks lovely, everything looks happy. And those are certainly your memories. Now, if memories of the past lead to the outcome, fear of the unknown would change the outcome, because we have the Moon card. And it is a fear of the unknown, rather than, really knowing that there's something to be fearful of. You look at the card, there's a lobster climbing out of the sea. Now, I don't think lobsters spawn upstream, but he looks like that's what he's doing up that mountain. He's got to get past those two animals who look quite fierce, but we don't know that they're fierce. And then he's got to go through the gates of a Hindu temple, which looks rather nice, and, the mountain looks rather nice. So I think it's more in your mind. It's a constraint on your mind, And it's almost as though because of the last card, the Six of Cups, you're seeing the past as being something to look back on as a great time, and you're seeing the future with trepidation. Maybe we all are with all that's going on, Maybe I should see, me not getting a passport for 4 months as a godsend, Maybe I should embrace the future however. But I do remember a time of when it was easy to fly around the world. And cheap. Yeah. The outcome itself isn't necessarily a bad outcome, but it's about decisions. It's about important decisions. It's about considering your options. And these options are things that you're not used to. You look at it, he's looking overseas, isn't he? Are you considering moving overseas like I did? I can recommend it, but you do need a passport if you're ever to get home, You have to consider these things. Yeah. Could it be, there was the past, wasn't it? In fact, the past led to this, didn't it? Are you thinking of going back to an old love, or going back somehow to the past? I'm wondering if that's what's going on here. We've got to get some clarity, haven't we? Because if I'm not really cracking this one. Yeah, the clarity I'm going to seek is on this death card. I mean, I suppose I could have taken it on the moon, but the death card is sort of something that's probably going to happen, whereas the moon might not. So I've chosen the death card. And the first card we have is the Hermit. That's you going and looking inside yourself for answers. The second card is the Seven of Swords, which is a betrayal. And the third card is the Six of Cups again. This is the past again. This is reminiscing of the past again. So the past, and I think a betrayal from the past, brings about this death card. That's what I think it is. Let's look in more detail. Now we're verifying the death card, and the first card we get out is the Hermit card. You going inside yourself for answers, and do you know, I can't help but think that that's a very good thing to be doing. Now the overall energy is the Poverty card. There's been manifestation, and then there's direction. So why are you going inside yourself for answers? Could it be about this poverty? What could you be seeking answers of what's going on with you? There's another thing here. You see, you look at this particular card, and he's you can see London in the background. So there he is on a scrap heap. Yeah. But the City of London is in the background, and it's like he's completely turned his back on materialism, isn't it? Yeah, I wonder if that's it. So I wonder if it's not a bad thing to be feeling this poverty, that it's something you've chosen. How terribly interesting. How terribly interesting. I couldn't say, but yeah, going inside yourself for answers. And you see, now we have the Seven of Swords card, which is about betrayal, deception, getting away with something. Well, it doesn't have to be getting away, but you know, it probably is. It could, of course, be you acting strategically. Do I get any indication about that? Well, you know, we've just had the Hermit card, as though you're rethinking your life. No, I'm sure it's somebody betraying you. It doesn't necessarily mean they get away with it. It doesn't necessarily mean you don't catch them out. But of course, it's resulting in the death card, so this is something really important. And the overall energy is poverty, you know. So I think somebody is pulling the wool over your eyes. I think somebody is. You look at her, you know, she knows she's doing wrong, doesn't she? But she's stealing all those swords. Yeah. And this is causing an abrupt ending to things for you. It's quite a bit of betrayal if this is correct, you know. And of course we had the Moon card earlier. Were you somewhat aware of that in the Moon card? And now we have this Six of Cups again. Now we've had it before. The Six of Cups led to the outcome, and the outcome is you having to choose between options, whereas here the Six of Cups is leading to the Death card. Good heavens, why would you later on want to think about something from the past again? Why would you want to resurrect it? Because I'm sure it's this person from the past who's betrayed you. I'm sure it's this person from the past who's led to the Death card. Do you know what? I've just had a thought. I have a schizophrenic son. And he's betrayed me many, many times. You know, done all sorts to me. But one, he's schizophrenic, and two, he's my son. Is it a situation like this where no matter what they do to you, you still love them? You can hear the tears in my voice. Do you know, I've forgotten about my passport, thinking about that now. Yeah, you always forgive them, don't you? No matter what they do, you always will. It's unconditional love. I wonder if that's it. Do you know, I think we can summarise for you. I think we can. Okay, it's not a pleasant reading. It's not a pleasant reading, I've got to admit, Gemini. Gosh, where do I start? Well, it begins in the past, a recent past, you manifesting. And do you know, I think you were manifesting something from the further past. I think there's somebody in your life, somebody that you're very close to, and I use the illustration of my son, but they keep hurting you. And you keep forgiving, they keep betraying you in fact, and you keep forgiving them because you love them unconditionally. What else can you do? And, you know, now you've got the bit between your teeth, you think you know what you're doing, you're going fast, you're charging towards it. But you know, if somebody is determined to betray you, then things aren't going to work out, are they? And you keep thinking about them, you keep thinking about them, thinking, well, surely they didn't do that, you know, and you forgive them whatever, but you sort of give them the benefit of the doubt. And you've got an important decision to make, and I think the decision is, do you keep on with them, or do you have to finally say, well, enough is enough? And you're frightened. It's a bit like me and my son, you know, you're frightened of the unknown, you're frightened of saying, I don't want anything to do with you, because of what will other people think, turning your back on your own son, you know. But I think it's something you've got to do, because they're sending you into poverty. They're going to betray you again. It's going to be an end to everything. Of course, it could simply be an end just to your relationship with them, but there's poverty accentuated in this reading. So I think they too plunge you into poverty. I think they do betray you very, very badly. You've been going inside yourself looking for answers, but it's the wrong place to look. You need to look at them, not you. That's where the problem lies, with them, not you. It's a sad, sad story, Gemini. And I'm right in the middle of it myself, you know, absolutely right in the middle. And I don't know, I feel for you, Gemini. I really do. I'm sorry about it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed Tarot from Java as an addition to my channel, The Magic of Java. Please take a look at the other videos that I have on this channel about magic from Java, and I hope that you will become a subscriber. Now, if you want to hear your next tarot reading, hit the button, and that will inform you of when I publish new readings. I'm certainly going to do a reading for every month, but maybe I will try them a bit more frequently, say a mid-month reading, and maybe also some special readings. But above all, thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you, and enjoy Java.